There's a story told about a teacher who raised the glass in front of all of her students and said to the students, "How heavy is this glass of water?" And all the students gave various answers. And finally the teacher said, "The answer is, it depends how long you hold the glass of water. If you just hold it for a few seconds and put it down, it doesn't weigh much. If you stand and hold a glass of water for an hour, then your hand is going to start to hurt. But if you stand and hold this glass of water all day long, then your hand will become numb and paralyzed with pain." So too in life, the question is not how heavy your load is, but how long you hold on to it. Sometimes we hold on to the challenges of our lives, the hurts, the pains, the disappointments, the failures, the regrets. And if we just let it go, if we put it down, then we move on, we're happy. But if we carry it with us throughout our lives, then it becomes painful, and so much so that it could actually paralyze us and then make us unable to proceed with our lives. The opening verse from this week's Torah portion, a beautiful verse. God says through Moshe Rabbeinu, "Re'ei, see, Anochi nosin lefnechem, I am placing before you today free choice, bracha or klala, blessing or a curse. What do you choose?" And of course, this is the idea in Judaism that every human being has free will and free choice, and we can choose the path of blessing in life or the path of destructive behavior that leads to curses, that leads to negative consequences in our lives. But all the commentaries ask, there's one extra word in this verse. Moshe says, "See, I've placed before you today, hayom, a blessing or a curse." Why the emphasis on the word hayom? Obviously, the day he's speaking to them is the day he's presenting them with this free choice in life. And our rabbis say that perhaps that one word hayom is the answer to whether something is a blessing, your life is a blessing or a curse. You see, there are certain things in life that we have to hold on to. There are other things that we have to let go of. The blessings of our life we have to cherish, we have to appreciate every day, we have to remember them. But on the other hand, the hurts, the failures, the disappointments, the setbacks, those we have to let go of. We have to live in the present, in the moment. So often in life, we carry the pain of the past or the worries of the future. No wonder life feels so burdensome and so difficult. But if we live in the moment and appreciate the gifts of every day, the blessings, and cherish them, and even if we have a challenge, I saw a beautiful quote that says, everyone knows if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. But what's if life gives you limes? Then rearrange the letters and spell the word smile. We have to take everything and cherish the good in it and appreciate everything we have. And hayom, live in the present. Don't worry about tomorrow and don't carry with you the challenges of yesterday. Often, and especially now, people are worried. But let's just look at what today contains and what it has in it and how we could celebrate it and cherish it. And then we'll realize that it is a bracha. It's indeed a blessing. Everyone heard of love at first sight. But this week I heard of the real meaning of love at last sight. There's a man by the name of Sam Reck. And he's 90 years old, and he passed away this past Saturday in Lakeland, Florida, right here in Florida, from testing positive to coronavirus. How did he catch coronavirus? His wife, Joanne Reck, his beloved wife of 30 years, was in a nursing home. And because of coronavirus, he was not able to see his wife for over 4 months. And he missed her so much, and so he would go to the garden below her balcony, and he would wave to her every day and smile at her. And sadly, his wife, 86 years old, Joanne, came down, tested positive for coronavirus. And the nursing home only allows special exceptions to see loved ones if it's the end of life. And because her health was deteriorating, they said he's able to come visit her if he chooses. But he has to know he's doing it at his own risk because he could, God forbid, catch coronavirus. Sam said, "I want to see my wife before she goes." And he went to see her, and there's a video of him wearing a complete mask and gown. And he comes into the room, and everyone is crying. as he comes to his wife and he says, Joanne, do you recognize me? I know I'm wearing all these masks, these coverings, these gowns, but it's Sam. And he holds her hand and they embrace for one last time. Well, sadly, Joanne passed away last month on July 12th. And not long afterwards, Sam tested positive for coronavirus. And sadly, tragically, he died just this past Saturday. And Sam's daughter said, when he tested positive and his health started to deteriorate, she asked him, Dad, do you regret going to see Mom? And he didn't even hesitate. He said, not for a second. It was all worth it for me to give her one last hug and say goodbye. To hold her hand and say goodbye. Every day that we could hug our loved ones, our spouses, our children, every day that we could be with one another and celebrate life is a bracha, is a blessing. Let's not worry about the future. Let's not carry the regrets and the hurts and the resentments of the past. The Torah says if you want to lead a life of blessing, see, I've placed before you today. Every day has so much goodness and blessings in it. And if we live in the moment and we live in the day, then we will be choosing a life of bracha, a life of blessing. May it be so for each and every one of us. Have a wonderful day.